This is the recycling center located here at the plant. The Olympia Brewing Company markets its products in 30 states, including Alaska and Hawaii. We're heavily committed to recycling and operate recycling centers in all of these states. Approximately 50% of the bottles used in the filling process are recycled bottles. These recycled bottles enter our rewash area here, where the cases are open and the bottles are automatically pulled from the case. By the way, we recycle several other brands as well as the Olympia products. The bottles travel along conveyors to our soaker. Here they're thoroughly washed in a 5% sodium hydroxide solution. This process takes about 30 minutes. They then travel upstairs. Here they're mixed with new bottles, and from here the bottles will move to our fillers. The empty bottles you see here are our 12-ounce size. There are 2 fillers on this line. They fill the beer into the bottles at a rate of 600 per minute. Here you see the empty bottles being fed from the right side. A tube is then inserted to the bottom of the bottle, and the bottle is filled. The reason we do it this way is to help keep the foaming action down. After the bottle is filled, it is quickly crowned. You can see the caps coming down the chute in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. After being capped, the bottles enter the pasteurizer, and this is how we preserve beer in bottles and cans without refrigeration. All it is a series of waterfalls over the bottles, which gradually heat the beer to 140 degrees for 5 minutes. This inactivates the yeast. The beer is then cooled back down to room temperature. It all takes 30 to 35 minutes to complete the pasteurization process. From here, the bottles go to an inspection station. We call these men foam pickers. From the size of the foam or lack of foam, a foam picker can tell if it's filled properly. Down the line from here is the labeler. These are roll drum type. They pick the labels from the rack and spin it right onto the bottle. It's actually gluing 2 labels on at the same time, one on the neck and the big label below it. From the labeler, the bottles travel to the packer. Here, 24 bottles are lined up. They triple lever, and up comes the case to receive the bottles. The cases are then sealed, loaded on pallets, and loaded onto a boxcar or truck. Onto our can line. This is our 12-ounce Hamms. The pallets of empty cans are loaded into conveyors and moved to the can filling area. The can line moves quite a bit faster than the bottle line, at 2,050 cans a minute. They really fly. They're all aluminum, filled like the bottles right side up, but as we said, at a much faster rate due to the fact that the can has a larger opening. Here you see the filled cans entering the seamer. We're loading the caps into the machine, which cold crimps the cap onto the can. All right, we filled the empty cans, capped them, and now, just like the bottles, they move to the pasteurizer. But before we do that, we turn the cans upside down for 2 reasons. If there's a bad crimp on one side of the cans, the beer will leak out. And, secondly, we stamp the pull date on the bottom of the can. The pasteurization process here is nearly identical to the bottle pasteurizer. And here you can see right inside the pasteurizer. This process takes about 30 to 35 minutes, just like the bottle pasteurization process. Now watch closely. What you see here is the fill level detector. This unit tells if the can is leaking, short, or dented and automatically kicks it off. Next, the cans are going to be made into 6-packs. The plastic is placed over the cans and then cut into 6-packs. From here, they drop into cases and move to our palletizer. The cases are stacked alternately in layers to keep a full pallet steady when it's being loaded on a car or truck. and here you see a full pallet. Now we go to our keg department. This is where we wash, sanitize, and fill 4,200 kegs a day. The stainless steel kegs hold 15.5 gallons of beer. This is the first step, drilling out the wooden plug. Then it goes to the washer. It takes about 5 minutes. Then we inspect inside and out to make sure the keg is perfectly clean. Then we get ready to fill it. We put on a tapping device with a little twist. Next, a sanitary seal. Turn it back over on its side and it rolls out to be filled. Now the next part really moves, so watch closely. Grab the empty keg, lower the filler onto the keg, lets off 15.5 gallons of beer, grabs a brand new wooden plug, 1 or 2 hits, and the keg is ready. What's filled today goes out today. We never backlog or inventory kegs. Keg beer is not pasteurized. It's chilly in there, 34 degrees in the filling room. And after being filled, kegs are loaded onto refrigerated cars or trucks.